Hello, we're doing a live broadcast for Xinhua News. I am Jordi Lebrija, news correspondent in Tijuana. We're standing here at the corner of Latin America, the border between Mexico and United States of America. Here, the border fence tell us about that division, about family division, the deportations, and many sad stories that we have been told the last days, the last years. Here, we can see the United States, and the border fence runs to 2,000 kilometers to the east coast of Mexico. This wall is the first built wall. We have a second wall, and Donald Trump's policy is trying to build a third wall that will be a higher one, more secure one. We have between 4 and 5 meters here of height, but there are many places in the desert or some rivers that is higher wall. This wall had witnesses many deaths of immigrants trying to cross or on the deportation process. Many activists claim that 10,000 to 12,000 immigrants have been dead in the last 8 years with the Guardian operative that began with the building of the second wall. And at that time, people fear and feel angry about that building of the wall. Now it's happening sort of the same thing with the Trump policy of building a third wall, because so many immigrants are deciding to stay in Tijuana instead of going across the United States. Many deportations are planned by this new administration, and people in general is being struggle with this idea and with the fear of crossing or to be deported. Many families are divided here in Tijuana. Many families are suffering, and this is the place where the deportations take place. We can see in my back the United States, and this area is El Chaparral, is where the deportation process is taking place by Mexican government. Here's where Mexicans are coming back for the first time, sometimes after 20 or 15 years living in the United States. Some of the deportees are just caught in the attempt to cross the border, so many sad stories starting here in this corner of Latin America.
I don't think he's going to build it, but we're against that. We don't like that. We like that idea.
I think that for one, it's never going to happen. I don't think they'd have the funding for it, or they'd be physically possible to do it in the 4 years that the president has in term. And I just really don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, like, why are you gonna put a wall? You're the president. Why are you gonna waste money on a wall? Really? Like, people need money, are dying, they're homeless, and they're blaming Mexicans that they take money from the taxes and stuff like that when they actually work. When they're actually sometimes white people that actually take those food stamps and live in the ghetto houses and be drug addicts, and nobody says nothing. It's okay because they're white people. I mean, I have nothing against. I have white friends and everything. It's just they divide us, and that's not right. You get me? Like, why do they do that? We're all the same. We're all human. We're the same. You're like me. You're like me. We're all the same. So I don't think nothing should change, and even put the wall. It's like, it breaks my heart. That's just to be honest, it breaks my heart that somebody has to put a fucking wall so you could divide us. I mean, they're still gonna jump it. That's easy. But the thing is that it's just a waste of money. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you could provide in the world that a lot needs help, you know? Like, it's just wrong.
It's pretty bad for the economy right here because they got a lot of people coming in and go every day. So probably that will be worse than it is right now.
It should be a reform about immigration, but not a wall. It's too expensive. First, it's too expensive, and Mexico is not going to pay for it. The U.S. is going to pay for it.
Honestly, unnecessary. I mean, there's a lot of undocumented people, but there's many more of us that are Latino or, you know, Muslim and stuff, and we are not the bad people that our country brings to the U.S. sometimes. And even though we have that bad reputation, it doesn't really represent us as Mexicans or Muslims. We're all humans, and I guess it's wrong for a president to be like that.
We're here by the border fence to talk with Marikuki, a person who has been working with the immigrant and deported community for as long as 30 years, since the 80s. She is running now an office who provides services to the recently deported moms and general public. Services as, you know, accommodate them in shelters, food, gear, clothing. And she also been working at this area with the immigrant community, the deported that used to live on the river, by the river, and underground the river by the border fence. Here in El Chaparral, she's been working with the recently deported, and she's here to tell us more about. The question that we have for her is what she thinks about Trump's policy to build the third wall that he promises to the Mexican-American relation.
It's just kind of sad that it's going to be built a third wall. We have two already. So this is going to be the third one. And I think it's going to be taller than this one. I don't have an idea what they need to build another one. And it's really sad that he mentioned that Mexico has to pay for that. I don't know how Mexico's going to pay. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's right. I'm not.
What do you think in terms of people that is recently deported, or the immigrants coming from southern Mexico? What are they feeling now with this promise of Trump building the third wall?
Talking to them, they're afraid that the things they know, that things are going to change, or they already, you know, they changed already. We don't know. People are really concerned.
People is concerned in Tijuana, right?
Yes.
On both sides of the border, because
Yes.
many families are being divided, so the fear is increasing. What do you recommend to the immigrants coming to Tijuana, or the undocumented people living in the United States?
Well, what I just tell them is to get a job in Mexico. You know, Mexico is beautiful and it's not that bad. If you live here, you will know. Why going to a place they don't really want you? You know, and that's what I tell them.
So that's the general situation now in Tijuana with the immigrants, that they are deciding to stay instead of going across until, well, we could see the real thing that Trump will do, because it's only fear, it's only the idea of what could happen, but there's still nothing happening for sure.
A lot of people are concerned because, like you know, a lot of people have been divided. They've been separated from their other families.
Yeah.
Some of the family they've been deported. They have their kids. They have their husband or wives or parents, and the other side. So I think it's even harder for them, for the new people. They're thinking of just crossing, going to the United States. I think this is really hard for people who've been deported. They live there and they live part of the family in the United States.
The wall, the first wall and the second wall are already very hard to cross and very secure. What do you think about this third wall?
I don't agree. It's kind of upset, you know.
Do you think that will stop people going in the United States?
You know, if people want to go, they will find a way to go, even if it's 4 walls or 5. I don't know.
And well, tell us a little bit more about your experience here, your work with human rights here at this area where used to live a lot of people, and you see many things here. What was your experience here?
Well, what I used to see, the people stay in this area because when they come from, they've been deported, they have the phone, and the phone work in this area, their phone. So it's one of the reasons. And I think they feel safe here in this area. And the other thing that they mentioned to me is because they feel closer to their family. And I think they have in mind also going back. So that's the other reason why they used to live in this area.
It was hard living in this area because of many reasons. Mention us, please, some of the reasons. What was the situation here?
The situation was really bad. They don't have. They live in the cold. They live in the no house, no places to cover themselves. They just live in the area in the cold, on the,
Even underground sometimes.
in the ground sometimes when it was cold. Yeah.
Okay. And this place, El Chaparral, is very close to your office. It's a few meters from your office. Wow. How is the situation now with this new construction and this new government institution or immigration process where the deportations are taking place? What do you feel about different now?
Well, the thing, I work with people who've been deported and also immigrants who are in transition. They come from Central America or from Mexico, trying to cross, to ask for a visa, because they're running from the state of a lot of places from Mexico or from Central America, and they've been denied. I see it lately more. Before they used to get a chance to go because they have paperwork to show the immigration, American immigration, about what was happening in the place where they came from Mexico, Central America. But now a lot of those people have been denied. Even they have all the information and letters and everything, what is happening.
Well, this wall won't stop people to cross if they want to spend time with their families and reunite with their families. What are some of the reasons that people are still coming to Tijuana, to this border, to try to cross? What are your experience with the reasons of coming here?
Well, they're asking for asylums, and they understand because the crime that is growing in the areas where they're coming from, Mexico and also, like I say, Central America, they're thinking because they have all the information, they're there in the family, they kill, they're killing people there, they're thinking that they're going to be safe in the United States, and that's the reason why they're asking for asylums.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mary Cookie. Mary Cookie, what do you think that people's concerns about the wall, immigrant people, deported people, and general people in Tijuana and in Mexico, what, in your experience, what have you heard about the wall and the immigrant community?
Well, the main concern is that it's going to make it harder for them to cross. Even people with they're requesting visa because of the problem with the wall. They're thinking that it's going to make it worse to get a permit to go to United States or to get a visa. There's a lot of concerns in the community with with people who are coming, trying to apply for visas or for.
Yeah. And what do you think about the wall? Do you think that it actually will be harder to get a visa, or it's just like a campaign promise that Trump is still dealing with?
I don't think his campaign is. I think he's serious about what he's doing. He make a lot of comments. I don't really like what he says, but I don't think he's promised something that he's not going to do. He really wants to build another wall.
A third wall?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much, Mary Cookie. This is the end of live broadcast from Xinhua News. I am Jordi Lebrija from Tijuana. If you like our broadcast, please follow us and share with your friends.